Hey boos, this is Ordinary Beauty oh 07. I am an ordinary person made beautiful from within by my creator and the number 7 because it is God's number. So today I wanted to talk about a little revelation that God gave me. Now the revelation came to me quite some time ago and I shared it with my mom and a few other people and I thought it was quite interesting. So he brought it back to my attention and today I would like to share it with you. So we have an enemy that is our adversary and he's before the throne of God day and night, always accusing us of something. So he never lets up. And he's also very cunning. He's also very tactic in his procedures and what he chooses to do in order to get us condemned by things and also to entice us with things. So what God showed me was this. It's like having that picture where you have the good voice and the bad voice, we call them angel and the devil, and they're sitting on your shoulder and you're going back and forth with one or the other. So what he showed me was this. And then we're going to liken it to, let's use the example of a piece of cake. For some, a piece of cake may not be a big deal because we don't have it a lot. It's just a treat. It's something to have maybe after eating something and it won't have serious repercussions. But for others, a piece of cake could be a very big deal, provided you may have diabetes and know that you're not supposed to have the cake, or you might be struggling with weight issues and so we use food for comfort. So what he showed me was the enemy likes to use the enticement of, look at the cake, look at how good it looks. Just a little bite won't be a problem. Come on, just a little bit right now. And you deserve it. You work really hard all week, so why not have a little bit now? And then let's say you choose to eat the cake. After you've eaten the cake, then the condemnation comes. So the condemnation comes and it's like, you shouldn't have ate that cake. You don't have the willpower. You knew you couldn't do it anyway. Look at you, you're a bad person. You just can't get it together. You knew you weren't going to be able to stick to it anyway. So what he showed me was that he is a cunning, deceitful, conniving. He will do whatever it takes to entice us into what it is that he wants us to do. And once we have divulged in it, then he comes with the condemnation. I'm sorry, guys. And he is going to pounce and pound and continue to beat up and do everything that he can to make us feel bad. So he's very, very, very deceiving. And the thing is he's not for us. It seems as though it's that way at first, and not meaning with the enemy, but we don't realize that's where it's coming from. So it's the same thing with an adulterous situation where, let's just say someone decides that they want to, let's say a flirting happens, and then let's just use the work environment because a lot of times this is how those things happen. In a work environment, the person, whether it be male or female, is giggly at first. It's oh, you look very nice, and oh, this is my work husband or work wife, or whatever the case might be. And in some situations, the line gets crossed because it's like, okay, I tell them everything. I'm always with them all the time, and I trust them. And then it becomes a little bit, okay, I can confide in them a little bit, and then it becomes an attraction somehow. And I'm not saying it happens all the time, but let's just say a lot of times, and I've heard the stories, it does happen like that. Then I'm dressing for that person and we're going to go out to lunch, and now it becomes a little something different. So it's a little bit of, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just my work husband, my work wife, or it's just a co-worker, and I know I'm married, but hey, we work together. It's not a big deal. Next thing it is, I kind of like you, or maybe the two conversations are about the spouses and maybe the things the spouse is not doing. And this person can maybe feel that need somehow, or we think that they can feel the need. And so it goes a little further. And one night after drinks, it goes a little too far. After that is the, oh shoot, I shouldn't have did that. Because at first it may seem great. It might it might feel like the right thing to do. Once that boundary is crossed, the shame and everything happens. But then on this hand, on top of that, comes the condemnation, okay? Which is going to say, how could you have done that? You're ridiculous. Like, you're disgusting. God could never forgive you for this. What type of person does something like this? You should go kill yourself. Like, you can never, like, if they find out, this is going to tear your whole family apart. And that the whole center of it all, that's what it was meant to do. Because the enticement comes at first like nothing. But once it happens, then the condemnation is there to continue to envelop and to destroy. And that's what it's seeking to do. So oftentimes when we go to do something, the best thing to think about is when you're thinking about, like, it's been told, and we know that, like, even the hierarchy of rank in the army or any type of system, there's the low. I mean, everybody you start at the low ranks and then it moves up. Same thing in the army of Satan. So you have the imps, the little demons, and then they grow and they have different ranks, and they're set to do different things. You might have one that is constantly, that's all he wants to do is nag on, it's okay for you to do this. And once you do that, then you have the larger one that's over here that's saying, you shouldn't have did that. Like, it comes a little more harsh. It's there to really destroy. And we have to realize what's happening here. Once we know the plans of the enemy, then we can start to work on our plans of either A, not getting in the situation anyway, B, going by what we know. Like, a lot of times we have it in our hearts and our spirits that tells us this is not the right way to go, and we're not going to always get it right, okay? Because we're human. But it's okay if we make mistakes and then we try to not go by our own devices, but lean unto God, because He knows what's best and He can best equip us and help us anyway. So if we fall, He knows that already. He's made concessions for that already. And I'm meaning God. He's made concessions for it. So now He can help us clean that up. He can help us clean that up. So if you're struggling with something like that, then what you want to do is just go to God. Proverbs 3:5-6, one of my favorite scriptures, it says, lean not into your own understanding, but in all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. So He is willing, He's ready, He's able to direct your path. He wants to be a part of it anyway. So just allow Him to help you with it. And once you rely on Him, just like a child relying on a parent is not going to shun or take a child and not receive and try to help the child if the child comes to the parent. Not a good parent anyways. So if you are a good parent, you know what you would do for your child. And it's the same thing with our Creator. He wants to help. So if you have those needs, cast them upon Him. Get down on your knees, talk to Him. Just let Him know that you're having a struggle with this, so that you don't have to go through the whole tactics of the schemes and the plans to divert us and get us over here in a place that we do not want to be and shouldn't have to be. So that was the revelation that God gave me today. Came with a little stuttering, but that's okay. The word is still out. And always, I pray that you received it. I pray that it helped somebody. If you find that you've had these kind of things happen, let me know in the comments below. I know I surely have, and I battle with them every day. So when they happen, I know how to, I know the strategy that I need to use. And that's with God. He's going to help me through those things. Sometimes I might fall the first time, but the more and more I depend on Him, He starts to build me and help me that I get stronger in that area. So that won't be a stumbling block any further. Of course, the enemy's always going to come with something new. That's what he does. He studies us. He watches us. He knows what you like. He knows what you don't like. You're not fooling him in that, because he's been watching you since a child anyways. He knows what you are capable of, and he knows what your weaknesses are. But your strategy is in God. He's got you. So don't ever think that you're alone, because you don't have a creator that made you just to leave you by yourself, but he made you to be in his care, and to know that he is the ultimate solution for every strategy that the enemy has against you. So until the next video, I would like you to have a blessed and wonderful day. If you like the video and you want to see more about me and never want to miss one, well, like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, yes, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you in the next video, and I look forward to your comments below. Have a good one. Bye-bye.